Imagine losing everything you love because you couldn't control your temper for just 10 seconds. That's exactly what almost happened to a man named David, until a chance encounter with a stranger completely shattered everything he thought he knew about anger. What this stranger told him is so powerful, it might change your life too. So stay with me, because by the end of this story, you'll never look at anger the same way again. David lived in a small town in the mountains of Colorado, and if you asked anyone in town about him, they'd all say the same thing: that guy's got a serious anger problem. Road rage on the highway, screaming matches at the grocery store checkout, slamming doors at home. His wife Sarah would beg him, "David, why do you let every little thing set you off like this?" And he'd fire back, "Maybe if people weren't so incompetent, I wouldn't have to get angry. Someone's got to call out the stupidity in this world." He genuinely believed everyone else was the problem. He had no clue that every time he exploded, he was literally handing control of his happiness to complete strangers. Then one scorching July afternoon, everything changed. An old man showed up in town, sitting under an oak tree by the town square. He wore simple clothes, didn't say much, but there was something about him, this weird calm energy that made people stop and stare. Word spread fast. "This guy's different. When he talks, it hits different." Sarah practically begged David to go talk to him. David laughed in her face. "What's some random old dude gonna teach me?" But the very next morning, David's neighbor's teenage kid accidentally backed into David's truck in the driveway. David absolutely lost it, screaming so loud the entire street heard him. The kid ran inside crying. That night, sitting alone in his garage, chest still tight with rage, David whispered to himself, "Why do I always feel like trash after I blow up?" He couldn't sleep. At 5 in the morning, he found himself walking toward that oak tree. The old man was already there, eyes closed, listening to the birds. David stood there awkwardly, finally blurting out, "Look, I'm exhausted. People tick me off constantly, and I can't stop myself." The old man opened his eyes and smiled. "Sit down, my friend." He asked David, "When someone makes you angry, how long does it last?" David shrugged. "I don't know, an hour, maybe all day sometimes." "And when it finally goes away," the old man continued, "how do you feel then?" David exhaled hard. "Empty, drained, kind of depressed, honestly." The old man nodded. "Exactly. Anger burns the person holding it, not the person it's aimed at. Look at this coffee. It's calm, right? But watch." He shook it violently. "Now you can't even see your reflection in it. That's what anger does to your mind. When you're shaking, you can't see truth anymore." David pushed back. "So what? I'm supposed to just shut up when people disrespect me?" The old man smiled. "No, learn to respond instead of react. Huge difference. When someone throws trash at you, you can either catch it or step aside. Your choice, always." The next morning, the old man handed David a pot and told him to boil water. As it bubbled violently, he asked, "Can you touch it now?" David said, "No way, it's boiling." "That's anger," the old man said. "See how it clouds everything? That's what reacting does to your mind." They poured it into a bowl and waited. Slowly, the dirt settled. The water cleared. "This," the old man said, "is what happens when you stop reacting. Your mind settles. Clarity comes back." David sat there stunned. He'd been boiling his own water his entire life. Over the next few weeks, David practiced. Every time someone irritated him, he'd pause and think, step aside, don't catch the trash. It was brutal. His old habits fought him hard. One afternoon at Home Depot, a cashier tried to overcharge him. David felt that familiar heat rising, wanted to explode, but he stopped himself. He took a breath and said calmly, "I'll take my business elsewhere, thanks." He walked out. And for the first time ever, he felt actual peace instead of that toxic rush of winning an argument. He slept like a baby that night. Then came the real test. A couple of guys at the local bar started mocking him. Yo, look, Angry Dave thinks he's some kind of Zen master now. They cracked up laughing. David felt his fists clench, his brain screaming, "Show them who you are. Don't let them disrespect you like this." David stopped, smiled, and said, "You're absolutely right. I used to be angry all the time. Now I'm learning something better. We're literally insulting you." David replied, "If someone offers you poison, you don't have to drink it." They went silent. David walked out feeling like he just won the lottery. Weeks turned into months. Sarah couldn't believe the transformation. David stopped yelling. He smiled more. Even when things went sideways, he stayed calm. One morning, he went back to that oak tree and found the old man. "Sir," he said, "I finally get it. People never controlled my anger. I did. Now I choose peace over pain." The old man smiled. "Life's always gonna test you. Every time you stay calm, you get stronger." David asked, "Will people ever stop testing me?" The old man chuckled. One day, a kid asked him, "Mr. David, don't people still make you angry sometimes?" David smiled. "Sometimes they try. But when you stop reacting, their power just vanishes. You can't control the wind, but you can learn to sail." Looking toward the mountains, he said, "When I stopped reacting, I actually started living. Here's the truth. We can't stop people from being rude. We can't stop problems from showing up. But we can stop giving them the power to destroy our peace. Every reaction is a choice. Every calm moment is pure strength. The person who controls their reaction controls their life. So next time someone tries to mess with your peace, smile and think to yourself, 'I'm not catching that trash.' You might not control the world, but you absolutely control how you respond to it. Real strength isn't clapping back or getting the last word. It's staying peaceful when everything around you is chaotic. Strength and real growth, because every story on this channel helps you level up and become the best version of yourself.